It's interesting. Actually, there's a lot of flex picks here with Tiny Silencer, I guess. You could have Ogre Magi offlane, Silencer mid. Has been played before. He's a hard counter to Ember if Ember does go mid. I was expecting Mickey to play him, to be honest. I mean, both Mickey and Quick can play the guy, so it's... But the Silencer can dominate in mid, so can the Tiny, to be honest. It's not too tough for either. Now the counter initiation for Hippomaniacs is really strong, and while their team has their team has good lanes, they can definitely kill heroes that overstep the line. So they're not so much a bully team, but a team that has consistent lanes that can kill you if you do go a bit too far. Both Toss and Blinding Light are fantastic. A thing to note is they have great ganking of the mid lane with Blinding Light and Toss, some of the better spells to gank the mid lane with, and both Tiny and Keeper have really good movement speed, so they're better at rotating. But Hippomaniacs, the thing looking much more into the mid game. When Tiny comes online, when the Ogre Magi is actually impactful with level 4 Fire Blast, when the Global Silence is ready, of course, and then you start taking really big team fights. The only issue with Hippomaniacs that Liquid accurately identifies is that they have very long cooldown ultimates that they rely on. The Global Silence and the Will-O-Wisp. They really rely on these team fight ultimates. Tiny doesn't have the most consistent team fight, and you don't really have any secondary source of team fight here, because Silencer is just that. Silencer does harass you in lane though, so that should be mentioned. Which is why Liquid goes for these kind of heroes. Shapeshift, lower cooldown of these spells, and a spell that doesn't get countered by the Global Silence, because once he's shapeshifted, Lyca doesn't want to use any more spells. Ember Spirit, Jakiro, and Dark Willow also relatively low cooldown. Well, Ember Spirit doesn't even care. But Jakiro and Dark Willow relatively low cooldown compared to these big spells. The idea for Liquid is to rat to some degree, evade the team fights they can't win, and then go specifically for pickoffs or team fights they can. Taking advantage of Lycan's mobility and movement speed, taking advantage of Ember Spirit's similar factors. Okay, thank you chat for confirming the Mekkei thing. I appreciate it. I apologize. Right. Last ban of the Night Stalker. I wouldn't have minded the Night Stalker. It's a similar idea, right? You don't rely so much on Dark Ascension. I mean, you kind of do, but it's not the biggest spell, so you can actually play a bit more around the team fights spells. I don't mind the Centaur, to be honest. Actually, no, Centaur against Silencer is not the biggest. I always suggest Centaur because he's fantastic. The Beastmaster comes... Oh, no, he's bad. What's a good offlaner here that they could pick up? I know this. Some people don't like this, but you could pick up the Lycan offlane. I know some teams have been trying it. And then run it like a different carry instead. Run Ember carry like an offlane and then a different mid laner against Silencer. Ooh, yes! Okay, I love this pickup. I'm afraid to suggest it, but I think Slardar is actually one of the best heroes this meta. And I'll explain this in a second. Because first we have to try to predict... I don't even know where the light-ups are going for Hippomaniacs. Honestly, it's very hard to calculate. I think they need an offlane, or I would like... I don't know, it might be Ogre offlane. For them, I wouldn't mind the Centaur, for even more counter initiation. These guys, I do like the Centaur even more. Because you can also escape the Lycan with a Centaur. Stampede. The Stomp is very effective, so is Double Edge. Yeah, don't mind him, to be honest, if you want to go for an offlaner. Run the... but then you have, what, Tiny Mid and Silencer carry? Yeah, pick up a carry would be my other option. Up against a Slardar, there's not many options, to be honest. You have the options, like, for example, Weaver, but she's pretty bad this game. The Luna, perhaps, also pretty bad this game. I'm thinking of ranged carries that Slardar can't deal with. Obviously, Gyro would be ideal here, but Gyro's been banned. I mean, these guys have surprised us. I like their creative drafts, honestly. It is one of the things I like the most about them in EU qualifiers for TI. That they really have creative drafts. And I'm glad this hasn't changed for them at all. Alchemist. Not the biggest fan. I'm going to take the draft overlay for a second, guys. Just because I want to see the whole thing. Sorry. We are asked to do this for the draft, but... Okay, Silencer carry. Tiny offlane, and then support Coddle and Ogre Magi. Okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Silencer carry, I'll be honest. You do force to make a Ember Spirit because they thought Lycan mid against the Alk. I mean, the lanes here are... There's a lot of musical lanes here, potentially, honestly. Because Silencer against Ember is super powerful, so you might just lane him offensively against them. There's actually something that Hamburguesa does. Well, now they're Beast Coast, or Old Infamous, whatever they're calling themselves. They used to play this a lot on Whisper, especially in local Peru regionals. They used to play Whisper Silencer offlane just to counter things like Ember, particularly. It's one of the biggest heroes they were looking to counter. So, there's a lot of mobility here in Hippomaniacs lanes. They have much more flexibility in their lanes, because you have much more... literally mobility, right? The Keeper Allied with high movement speed, Ogre Magi with Bloodlust. Tiny is a really good one of the better gankers. He can gank the mid lane as well. One of the few supports that can afford to do that. Silencer and Alchemist are kind of more static, but Alchemist can just move to the jungle. So it's not that big a deal. Right, let's just talk quickly about the starter and why I love this pick so much. I think the last few patches have benefited this hero to a ridiculous degree. Here's why. The changes to the armor benefit him in two ways. First of all, obviously Slaughter is a fantastic physical damage hero, but he has no magical damage. So the less armor there is in general in the game, like the more you require things like Shivas or Assault Cuirass to tank the Slaughter, the better he is as a hero, obviously. Phase Boots kind of countered it kind of hard, because he lost a good chunk of damage. And especially the level 1 Corrosive Haze became not even important, because minus 10 armor when Phase Boots gives you 6 was ridiculous. Now it gives you 4. Ring of Protection is no longer in the side shop if you want to buy it to counter the Slaughter. There's a lot more versatility that you have, or a lot more impact that you can have as a Slardar. And your laning phase was already really good. Your Axe is fantastic on Slardar. You have a very nice transition, and the game timings, the speed of the game currently suits you. And here's the other big change that a lot of people don't consider, which is the nerf to Solar Crest opened up the offlane possibilities much more. Why? Before Solar Crest was such a good item that it became oppressive to the offlane meta. Very few heroes got picked that couldn't run Solar Crest effectively. Really, Centaur comes to mind. And maybe, I guess, Darkseer if you don't really run Solar Crest on him, but he still could. Solar Crest became so good that any heroes that could run Solar Crest effectively just got picked up in the offlane. The more nerf Solar Crest gets, the less of a requirement it is to go offlane Solar Crest. And heroes like, for example, Slardar, who love to go for the Vlads, who like the Blink Dagger, who like other utility items, are much more impactful now. They can come to see the light. Because Slardar doesn't like going for Solar Crest. It's too much minus armor. It's diminishing returns at that point. But he loves being able to go for other utility items, like, for example, Vlad's. And Vlad's has also been buffed considerably. Not directly, but indirectly, sorry. Because a lot of items that used to provide armor are no longer as good. So Vlad's Armor Aura, which is one of the best assets of the item, now becomes fantastic. So a lot of buffs indirectly have actually helped Slardar become more and more of a hero. And I love that they're running in mid. This is one of the best things on Slardar. He's a fantastic flex pick. Slardar can be played in the safe lane, he can be played in the off lane, he can be played in the mid lane. He just needs to win his lane. As long as he wins his lane, he is impactful no matter what. I am glad that these guys are picking. I think he's one of the picks that a lot of teams are experimenting with. We saw earlier in the Chinese qualifiers, for example, was Sirius, who also played Slardar. They lost, but they tried to start a carry as well. So teams are starting to experiment with hero, and they're trying to find their footing with this newly strong Slardar. And against an Alchemist, by the way, this hero is brutal. High armor, so Acid Spray doesn't really bother him, if you don't miss Lassets, of course. The high armor makes it so Al cannot really bother him with the Acid Spray. He has a really high HP pool anyway to tank that Acid Spray. Boxy, please. That is the most annoying thing. That song. He also deals a lot of damage to Alk, because Alk has very low armor for the most part. It's very strong. It's a really strong hero to deal with him in the middle lane. The issue is, of course, you do leave Mecha against Curry. Not ideal, because Curry should be able to win this lane. However, Dark Willow does help you out. Staves off the aggression. The Tiny versus Ember matchup is much better in the mid lane. In the longer lanes, it's not so impactful because Mickey has more space to move around in. And in the bottom lane, we see Qualifiers versus Insania. Something we're seeing often as well in a lot of regions, the offlane Lycan. People are actually picking this a lot. In China, it started becoming a really stellar pick, honestly. Like, people would actually contest this Lycan offlane. And obviously, this wasn't the plan for Qualifiers originally, but he can definitely run him like this. In the middle lane, I'm seeing Boxy trying to fight Supreme to the death, but unfortunately he was in tower range, so he gets hit by the tower and killed off. Boxy quite confident that he could just tank the tower hits, and you can as a Slardar. You have a massive amount of armor, but let's not go crazy. You know, there's a limit. You are level 2 Slardar. Your Bash at the Deep needs to be at least level 2 to actually start dealing considerable amounts of damage. Wait, Moxie, man. I like it with the Centaur because it's a better song, but now it's just... If you play against Boxing, man, these guys... They were looking at OG and everyone's like, oh, you know what OG does really well? Oh, they have like a fantastic draft, very creative. And Liquid's like, you know what OG does well? They taunt all the time. That's why they win. Okay, Mickey in the top lane going for Curry. Can they get the kill with a Curse Crown? They don't have enough health. Coddle does harass quite fairly. Curry really killed off here by Taiga, and they can't get 2 kills here thanks to Taiga. Muff in trouble. Taiga chases after him, very low armor on a Coddle, but he does have a last instance of Blinding Light, so he should be fine. But notice the build I was talking about. Go for 1 point in Blinding Light, very good value point. Harass the enemy laner, and also deny his farm. Chakra Magic to use it constantly, and Mickey has a really, really tough lane. Boom. The bottom lane. How's this lane going for him? 14 last hits. Not bad. He's not being the Lycan, but... I mean, it has to be expected. The Silencer versus Lycan matchup is not the greatest. Lycan is a very good regen, and your biggest asset as Silencer is I can harass him. Also, Arcane Curse, you might as well not level it. It really is kind of useless against him. I think you actually max Slaves of Wisdom, yeah. Especially as carry Silencer. Okay, and Sonya, the target. They last ward him. Can they kill him? I don't know. It's tough. They don't have any extra slows. Unfortunately, only Fire Blast here. No Ignite yet. This is the common build on Ogre, mind you. You don't go for Ignite anymore. It's just not worth it for the mana you spend. Fire Blast is so much better value for the mana. It's instant as well, which is fantastic. But that means you have really no way of killing a Jakiro. Jakiro has very high HP pool, which means he deals well with the Silencer, whose damage is mostly magical and pure, not particularly physical. Alright, to see the Alk going into the mid lane, I mean, sorry, into the jungle. This is typical. You definitely don't want to lane against a Slardar. Top lane, Mickey, in trouble. And hit him with Illuminate. That flame guards off, but he has one instance of Searing Chains. He can still get the kill on Curry. And they go with a Cursed Crown, stunning up Curry, Mickey with a salve. He wants to place aggressively, and he will be able to get that kill. No! Blinding Light saving them last second. Oh, even the Sleight of Fist. Curry survives this. That Blinding Light is way too annoying. Okay, the reason why he uses that quote, and it's a fantastic quote here, is he actually just tried to kill Alchemist in jungle. He failed, and Alchemist survived, and he literally goes, I came a long way to see you die. I actually did this, brother. Why are you ruining my fun? Yeah, now Alchemist back to the lane, now he has a bit more mana. Top lane. This time it's the good one, right? Curry's definitely gonna go down. They got him. Liquid. They even have a shrine ready, so this is the perfect kind of initiation. Again, very good early game by Liquid. They're starting out well. They know how to play this laning stage. They are up against an Alk, though. I do find that Alk is not able to farm so safely here with a Slardar and a Lycan in the team. Once Helm of the Dominator comes up on this Lycan, we're probably going to see Qualifiers trying to hunt the Alk. And if not the Lycan, then the Slardar with an early face boost. Boxy has 2 options here. Well, 3 actually. You can go for a Midas build and just try to be more of a carry Slardar, which is a bit greedy. Then go for the face boots drum build to just try to fight as soon as possible. Or straight up Blink Dagger to have a bit more initiation. They're all valid. Since it's Boxy playing the hero, I'm assuming they'll play much more as a space creator. And look at this, they're already putting offensive wards here in Sanya. This is the I will kill you out. I will go wherever you go. Supreme. Okay, Corrosive Haze, Supreme. Playing around that acid. Boxy. We'll try to find here a Supreme. I don't know if this is the right play, Boxy. He is fast, so I guess he evades the avalanche. And look at this. He's just fighting against 3. I don't know if this is the play. Can he kill the Coddle? He might be able to blind light to push him out. Doesn't actually help him out. Here are the reinforcements fighting at the shrine. They kill him off first. And they're just going for the Alk. Here's the TP though by Sandy. They want to turn this around. They're out of spells on Mika. Taiga similarly. They try to get the Slithering Crush. They won't be able to. Boxy will settle for an easier kill. Supreme, though, is the ideal target as Insania also joins the fray. Rotates nicely. Slithering Crush. That Blinding Light won't help him too much as they're still chasing right after him. They get a perfect route here onto Supreme, and they guarantee the kill. Taiga dying to the Ancients, but it's not a concern as Boxy chases right after Muff, getting the second kill onto Muff in this engagement. And Boxy super happy about this. They got the Alk. They got the Coddle twice because why not? Coddle's super vulnerable to Boxy, as you're mainly a low armor hero. Blinding Light is good, but Slaughter can still murder you straight through that. Slithering Crush keeps you in place, and Garden Sprint allows you to just catch right up to him. I think the build here for Boxy is going for more points into Garden Sprint before maxing the Slithering Crush. Guaranteeing more Garden Sprints, being more effective against Coddle's Blinding Light. Qualifier has the helm, has the shapeshift, and no creep yet that I can see. Nope. The issue of being harassed so much in the early, though, is, first of all, Liquid's playing perfectly against the Alk, but it's not just the Alk that hates playing against heroes that are fast, quote-unquote, but rather the Silencer, too. He is going to become deadweight if they don't give him Midas or something, really. He needs kills, and right now he's just farming solo, and they're going for him. Box is like, hey, how's it going, Boom? Let's fight him. Shapeshift ready. Still no Humble the Dominator creep. They just need a bash, though. There we go. Slithering Crush ready. I don't think they even need the Lycan. The Wolves are sufficient. Another great combination between Slaughter and Lycan. Amplify, or Cross of Haze, sorry. Amplifies the damage of all of your Zoo as Lycan. It's one of the better combinations out there. They're two very fast melee heroes, so can't kite them as easily. They're all vulnerable to heroes like Void, though. Boom. Okay, now they do have a creep. I don't know if they can kill Boom, though. This is a bit too hasty, I think. And Boxy recognizes this. He goes away as Qualifier is given space to TP, and they go for the wrong target. In fact, Boom might actually just die here to the creep. The creep is trying. That Amplify damage really helps out. They force the Blinding Light. Boxy will also be pushed away because of the Blinding Light, so he can get away. Still alive. Oh, Boom is very close to death there. He continues farming now. He has to take as much efficiency as possible. He's not going to go for the Midas to recover. He's just going to go straight Rod of Atos. Have as much impact early as possible. Silencer is just such a double-edged sword. You're going to have to give all the farm to your Alk anyway. There's no recovery for you. Unless Alk guarantees you kills. Okay. Still no big important items, though that Windlace, I don't know what that's indicating, to be honest. What could he possibly be building? Spirit Vessel could actually be the build here. Yeah, I wouldn't... The extra movement speed is not bad, but I think he's building out to something. Nice bound 2-1 fight here. Get a quick kill as well. Seni is dead to Insania. They give him the gold. As they go for double bounty runes. Nice. Yeah, Windlace could either be Drums or mentioned, or the Spirit Vessel. Spirit Vessel is actually very impactful against the Alk here. Not bad against Tiny either, very high HP hero. They keep hunting him though. He doesn't have the bash ready. That's why Echo Saber is also a consideration on Slaughter. Gives you the extra slow, very useful to get guaranteed the bash. Okay, they wait out that Chemical Rage, but unfortunately they can't hit that Ice Path. Yeah, Hippomaniacs right now, they're playing much more defensively. They understand their timing this game. They need to get farm on the Sun, so they need to get farm on the Alk. The issue is you have two heroes they need to recover. Boom is doing a pretty good job of fighting farm desperately. I don't know if they can kill Mickey here though. Mickey, sorry. Avalanche toss. Old habits die hard. Let's get silenced, but it's a bit tough to chase after him as there's a tower nearby and TPs are certainly to come in. Yeah, let him go. These kills are just not possible. It is Mickey who actually goes for the Spirit Vessel. Or at least the urn for now. Interesting, so that's going to be Drums, hopefully. Okay. Build Discord Spirit Vessel. Macropire is a combination of fire for Boom. He does evade that Macropire to some degree, but now he's going to go down just to Mickey's auto attacks. As behind, in comes Boxy yet again. You cannot farm alone, Alchemist. Boxy will chase you even in your dreams. It's the Freddy Krueger of fish. Looking for a second kill on Muff. Just will put some pressure. What are you doing, Supreme? They see you. They got the Ice Path. This is perfect. Searing Chains misses, but doesn't matter. They might still be able to kill him. No, they force 2 TPs. Supports are here. And with a cavalry, they might turn this into... No, this is a bad idea. Very bad idea. Supreme, what are you doing? Como Silence? maybe turn this thing around, but Supreme is out of mana completely, so they can't really fight this. It's Liquid. They force a Global Silence for free. They take a tower in the mid lane. Not bad. How to beat an Alk. There's two basic core principles. Hunt him in the jungle, principle number 1, and reduce the farming area he has. So you need to push down towers too. Koikva is fighting against Supreme to the death. Finally the Howl. They were just trying to force out that Chemical Rage. He's out of it. Starter joins in. That Will-O-Wisp not perfectly placed. And now it seems like Supreme will go down, but at the expense of Boxy. Taiga also dies to that Macropyre in the backlines. Oh no, it's actually not the Macropyre. Where did... Oh no, never mind. My bad. It's Curry that killed him in the bottom lane. Just found it alone Taiga. Okay. This fast lineup is working, but you have to sacrifice. You have to break some eggs if you want to make a... I want to say tortilla because I'm Spanish, but I think the right word is omelet. Sorry. But yes, if you want to make a tortilla, you have to sacrifice some eggs. And here, they're breaking eggs. They're getting a couple deaths. It's fine as long as you can stop the Alk from farming, really. The issue is the Silencer does get a bit of intelligence in the process. So that's your kind of countermeasure. This is just... I swear, I've never seen a man taunt so much. He literally uses it every time he's off cooldown. It's amazing. It's next level taunting. Okay, Qualifiers has level... He's lost the creep though. He does have level 1 Necronomicon. Starting to be more threatening. The Ember has formed nicely. Mickey is going to go for Spirit Vessel before he completes that Veil Discord, so it seems. Asara straight up goes for the Blink Dagger. No mention of the drums. Windlace is just for extra movement speed, it seems. Okay, casual Windlace. We used to see this more often on support slow. But they're starting to not necessarily fall off, but not be able to get those kills as easily. Hippomaniacs has done a pretty good job of staving off the aggression from Liquid. They dewarded defensively. Notice all these defensive dewards, especially rotational dewarding. Another dewarding defensively, making sure the enemy team cannot initiate on them that quickly. Oh no, that's a good global silence. Might just save the Alchemist. They still have the bash, so that doesn't get silenced up. Now with a Will-O-Wisp, can they counter initiate here? Mickey just goes in. Supreme killed off by the Dark Willow. They do lose Boxy in the process, and perhaps perhaps Mickey as well. No, he's gonna be fine. It's Koikva has to go for the second target. Boom, murder the silencer, murder the Alk. You got all the heroes you need, but they just don't have enough damage. They're gonna settle for Seti. There we go. Long range missile by Taiga finishes off poor Boom. And that's going to be 3 deaths on Hippomaniac's side. Most importantly, the Alk dying, but also the Silencer. You bring these two down, you've done your job. That's all your goals, Liquid. Doesn't matter who you lose for this, as long as you kill them first. And now all the bounties are in your favor. This is actually massive. That's one of the best recovery techniques for an Alchemist. No recovery for you, Mr. Alchemist. Go Avalanche toss onto the Slaughter. Boxy. He does get a stun off though, plus the Corrosive Haze. I think Curry's gone.
No. Just no.
Sorry. These guys, I think their voice line level and their taunting level is really OG. This is really good, man. Perfect lines, man. They also wait for them. They don't abuse them, you know. They don't just like throw them out crazily. They use them to create comedic value. Timing it, right? What is it? Success is when timing meets opportunity? This is the success of the voice lines. I'm loving this, Liquid. No, just no. Perfect. With an Irish accent as well, which is, it's just the best. Alright, Boom in the top lane. These are, again, are the kills they're looking for. And they don't even need the Corrosive Haze there. Just the last bash in the Slaughter, all he needed. Very fast individual. With a Blink Dagger now in his hands, they have better initiation. In the mid lane, they also catch Muff, not the most important target. Can they stop this TP? They cannot. But hey, without Muff, you cannot D-push. He's your biggest D-push. And if you can't shove out the lanes, then that's a free tier 2 at the very least. Koikva is already threatening this. Okay, Ogre Magi. Ah, there's the wards that Hippomaniacs love putting, but they know this time you're not gonna be this wise. This triangle is not gonna be defended by those wards anymore. Like, these are the thing with wards. You do them once and, oh, amazing, but then you do them twice. Nah. Liquid knows how to do ward too. They literally put the sentry up here. They can control this triangle. They're not concerned about your potential warding antics. Quick fast and economical level 3. Soon, 15 seconds, it'll be up. Spirit Vessel already up. Maelstrom is what we're looking at next. Supreme did get a pretty okay Radiance timing. Still looking for that BKB though, because he really cannot withstand these engagements. It's not like the push by Liquid is bad. This lane shove by them is incredibly impactful. With the Jakiro and the Ember both being able to shove lanes quickly. Even the Slaughter's not that bad with the Slithering Crush. There we go, extra cast range for the Willow. So engagement brewing down bottom, Liquid. Considering this. Seni, the body block with a wolf. Is it actually? Oh god, this body block, he's too fat! This is why you go to the gym, boys! HM's like, lag. Ogre can't move, guys. What's happening here? He's being, like, blocked by something? Definitely lag. Yes, I agree, guys. Tortilla is better than omelet. Thank you. It's the best chat ever. Okay, what's gonna happen here? He actually just beat the body block, I think. I don't know. What's the movement speed for the Wolves? 460? He has 307. I think you can body block him yet again, actually. He hasn't even used Shapeshift. I don't know if this is the best engagement, though, for you. The Chemical Rage is up. Or Will-O-Wisp is ready. So is the Global Silence. Yeah! You're not BKBs yet. Okay, go. Let's see what happens to this fat man. Model so large, gets blocked by a single wolf. The camera keeps jerking me forward. I'm sorry about that. That's just the automated camera. Okay. Messed up the body block. I don't think he was trying anymore, though. Too many heroes there. Oh, no. You do not TP. You do not TP here, Supreme. They should see him now. Oh, maybe not. They see the acid spray, though. They see the particles, so they know that he's there. The question is where. That's good, actually. I don't know if he knew the range of the ward perfectly, but he just played around the ward nicely. Supreme's still gonna get caught, though. He has the bash ready. Radiant's annoying him. Supreme, stop. Takes the crossing face off him. There's the Global Silence with the Will-O-Wisp. Can they actually counter-initiate this? I don't know, though. This doesn't have that much impact. Here comes Boom from the top, or from the high ground. They stop the Ember first. That's a good kill for them. And they want to go for more. The target now, the Dark Willow. They can kill at least two here, however. Okay, in comes Koikva. Koikva trying to get the kill. Boom does go down here. They stop him now. Taiga getting away. Beautiful Ice Path onto two. Now they stop Seni as well. That's going to be 2 kills quickly. Supreme, he's out of his ultimate. He just killed Economical Creep. That is not what you were looking for, Supreme. One bash and he'll be dead. They toss him to safety, but the wolves are chasing after him. Koikva will just murder him with the wolf damage as they also bash down and murder Curry in cold blood. And it does seem like Liquid, they analyzed the risk. They're like, I don't care. We lose Mickey. We get 4. Seems worth it. What a great reinitiation by Koikva. You Global Silence, he doesn't care. He waits for the Global Silence to end, and then he has the Shapeshift ready to murder you. And now this is an easy Roshan. Level 2 Corrosive Haste, by the way. Roshan will fall her to Liquid. Alright, there we go. Mickey takes the Aegis. There's the Aegis next item for starter. Interesting. You don't even need a BKB this time. Oh, boom. Yeah. He actually just died to the Dark Hollow Shadow Realm. Whew. This damage doesn't get amplified, but her base damage does, so that's not bad. Right. Boom is just, I said it, cannon fodder, right? You're a silencer. This is such a do-or-die hero. He has BKB this time. I think Supreme might be forced to use it. He's walking around. He thinks he might be able to get the kill, but the reinforcements are coming in. They're closing on Supreme. However, BKB is a 10-second BKB. Shapeshift isn't committed to this. They cannot get the silence off, or the root off, so they're gonna let him go. It's time for Liquid to push some tier 2s. Koikva just lost a Shapeshift, and you have a Will-O-Wisp ready. go, Curry. There's Ice Path. But without Shapeshift, you don't want to initiate. It makes sense. Just waiting on it. The Accent Slaughter is fantastic as well for sieging the high ground. I would say one of the better uses of this item, really, is the fact that you can just lay your puddle of water and just siege the high ground to your heart's content. Yo, Curry. What? What is that play, Buckles? He dances. That's just psychological damage. Now, maybe they think there's a ward up here, actually, because of how quickly he went onto him. And in fact, the ward is here. Next level play. Boxy is pretending like there's a ward. Maybe it's that? Or maybe Boxy's just playing. It's hard to tell, really. With Liquid having a super excitable draft. Rod of Atos for Silencer.
Just... No. Oh, don't mind me. Just a wee fairy going about her business.
Sorry. This voice... nothing is better than Dark Willow voice lines. Alchemist. As the Assault Crest next item, there's the Ice Path. Okay, stop the Ember Spade, Macropire. It's gonna hit him for quite a while. It's a lot of damage with the Bedlam as well. The supports alone are destroying Supreme. They force his BKB. Now the Global Silence is spelled with the Yule Scepter. Supreme goes further though, attacking the Jakiro, and I think Insania might just go down. He can't even get his Ice Path off before he dies. From behind, they're trying to break the lines with Koikwa trying to get a quick kill, but he can't do so. They're defending, they're staying strong. They're standing their ground. Liquid will not fall, Hippomaniacs will not fall so easily. Now Boxy will go down. So they're starting to show Sardo what's what. You can't just do these things. We're just going around, getting whatever kills you want. This is our map too. We're gonna probably start to de-ward now defensively. Take control of the map a bit more. Alchemist seems relevant now. He has Assault Cuirass. This is the time to push. I would expect a Basher next, honestly. Combined with Will-O-Wisp, you're almost guaranteed to get a Bash. And then you get another Will-O-Wisp toggle, so second Bash and just, yeah, there we go, Bash. Hey man, Hippomaniacs turned back the last game, so it can happen again. Hippos bide and wait, man. They just bide their time and they hope for the initiation. Okay, come in, boom. Okay. They do silence him here. He has the Aegis though, so unless he can die once, Mickey though is cannon fodder. As they do separate the team fight a bit and they kill Curry in the backlines. Ooh, they get a fantastic route though onto the Alchemist. They force the BKB Supremius to get away. That's his 8-second BKB though. BKBs, he's just popping them. He's not too concerned with their impact, which means that he's soon going to be in 5-second BKB, using it more as a dispel tactic. But yeah, Manta style would not be a bad idea here, honestly. What item is the Lycan going for now? Assault Cuirass himself to match the Alchemist. His farm is not bad, honestly, compared to the Alp. I mean, they have taken more towers, but... In the bottom shrine, they stop Seni, but they realize they're fighting next to the enemy shrine. They do put a ward down here, I think Seni will realize. Well, I don't know. Actually, he didn't have vision right now of Seni, so it's possible he just let him go. Or sorry, Seni didn't have vision of the Jakiro there, so it's possible he didn't just see the ward being put down. And it wasn't really obvious. He took advantage of like an engagement to put a ward down. The question is, can Supreme really carry you to victory? Because Silencer is currently support right now. That's what he's playing. Boom, unfortunately, is just not effective this game. And Silencer is just one of the worst heroes of recovering. This is why I suggested a Midas earlier. I don't know if the Atos has had too much of an impact, honestly, this game. It's all up to the Alk to carry this on his shoulders. Some pretty good Ags this game, at least. So the late game potential is there. Tiny Ags is fantastic, though he's probably just gonna get himself. You can definitely give Ags to the Coddle. Fantastic. The Ogre Magi is not a bad Ag. Silencers, eh. Silencer exists. Alright, Taiga. Hiding in the trees. He does have a terrorize to defend this tower if needed, but they will catch him if they do. I don't know if they realize he's here, actually. They do. Look at this. Taiga, where are you going? You want to fight him immediately? The avalanche? They can stop the Shadow Realm from coming out, and they throw a catapult onto her. However, Yule Scepter, there's the Will-O-Wisp used, but Silencer cannot be saved. BKB already on this Ember. He might have been silenced, but he can still just chase after Boom, burning him up. Last light of fist, and Boom is gone. Mof also falls, and now going for the best target, the most important one, the Alchemist. He's surrounded. He is now killed off. Oh, sorry, the Tiny first. Now the Alchemist surrounded. These two beasts, they look similar, but they're not the same. They will be finished off both Liquid in quick succession. Super difficult to BKB TP when a slaughter on the enemy team. And with this, Liquid just take down 4. Not the 5th, because at least Senny manages to TP. But what does he accomplish with this? Qualifier did use a shapeshift for that. But he's ready to push regardless. Shapeshift is not so important for pushing. This whole team is ready with Liquid Fire already maxed out by the Jakiro. As much pushing potential as you can muster. And look how quickly those towers fall. Melee racks are gone. And they're gonna go quickly for the most efficient way of pushing. Only take melee and leave the rest alive. Illuminate does push him out. Have to be careful though, Kano. You might kill the Necronomicon creep by accident. Agonist is ready though on Slardar, so he can just hold his ground here. And they go with a toss avalanche. Can they kill the Ember? They said do. They want to murder Curry for this, but it's a bit difficult without the Ember's damage. Foxy, he has to force step himself to safety. And Qualifier is forced to shapeshift himself, so he can actually get away. And Sonya now in trouble as they chase after him. They're not going to decide to do this. Let him go. But they did take 2 lanes of racks. Sure at the expense of an Ember, but still very worth it for the guys at Liquid. Well, this game now just kind of toppled on his head. Liquid with those 2 lanes of racks, they're starting to push a lot more. You're gonna put pressure in lanes, your shove is not so effective. Oh no, can they kill the Alkir as well? This is terrible. He has a BKB. They do stun him forever. There's the Global Silence just to give him some space. Are they still gonna force the BKB out? If they force Global Silence and BKB in the same one, I mean, Boxy, he is just running towards him. Sprinting, I would say. I don't know what they were hoping to get for there. I think they thought the Coddle was around, but he wasn't. Boxy, I swear to God, man. Oh, he's gonna go for the solo crest regardless. Interesting. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of multiple sources of minus armor, but it does help you push. So there's always that. The 40 attack speed the solo crest gives. Okay, there we go. Heart. Thank you. I would rather see a heart. I would rather see a BKB, to be honest, on Boxy. So you can take away that silence immediately, but whatever. Now they start pushing. Supreme. He managed to not use the BKB last engagement, so... Tougher. Oh, Senny walks into the high ground. They think there's a ward up there, but there isn't just yet. Senny, however, will be dead from behind. The Tiny does stop Mickey. Mickey with a BKB. They force the BKB off Supreme as well. Shapeshift up. Koikva is trying to break these lines. As Supreme loses his BKB immediately. Are they just going to save? Yeah. He's going to try to take over this high ground and the rack, so they're committing too much. A ward up here. TP immediately by the Ember. Mickey uses the Shrine. You have a Spirit, I presume. Yep. I do question why using the Shrine there as opposed to just the base. Because you can just go to base if you're going to do that, right? But and fill your bottle completely. But oh, bounty runes. That's why. That's pretty smart, actually. That's pretty smart. And now you go back. There we go. Mickey is back. Mickey is ready. Boxy in trouble as they gave him with the Rod of Atos. He doesn't have BKB, but he does have standard resistance thanks to that pool. Can they kill Curry because of this? They will stun him for now. Ice Path hits. Curry could be in trouble. Chasing after him yet again. They need the Lycan to help though, but he doesn't have Shapeshift currently. He's waiting 4 more seconds for it. But the Lycan just can't get the last hits in. And Curry will survive this. For now, they're just hitting each other, but they can't quite commit to a team fight. There is Will-O-Wisp and the Global Silence ready. Instead, Liquid will go for a much easier objective, the Roshan. Aegis will be ready then for like, yeah, I don't know. Oh, Ags, interesting on Koigba. Seems like they changed from 2 to 3 wolves, you know, put more pressure, ensure you can win the lane as soon as possible. Aegis for Mickey. And Cheese for Boxy, interesting. So Koigba gets nothing. I guess they acknowledge he's just too powerful. He has a 10-second BKB ready to be shown. The Ember Spirit similarly with the BKB ready, 8 seconds though. So going for Link or Lotus next. That's pretty useful to dispel the silence actually. We've seen a lot of shifts from the traditionally used to see a lot of Yule Scepters to dispel silences. Now the fact that Lotus is immediate at dispelling it is seen as much more valuable. The armor value of Lotus is also fantastic now that face boots and stuff has been nerfed. So Lotus is a higher value item. That's why we see also more Assault Cuirasses earlier, more Shivas. That's what the great change in face boot and medallion and stuff made. You have more armor items that are useful. Just could talk about the Dota changes for ages. I think that every new patch I just acknowledge how great Ice Frog is. Oh, our savior. Except for 6.84. That made me want to question my ideals. But then 6.89 came around and then we go, nah. He is God. Or 6.88. I also forget which one of the two was, which one before the change. Or 8.7. The golden patch of Dota. Name the numbers. Just mix into my head. Boxy, my god. Once you get that Slithering Crush cooldown, it becomes even more annoying. Not because of the taunting, but because there's just no way to stun out the Slardar. Especially with a hard Tarask. And now he just went for the Reaver for the extra HP. Stat resistance on the Ags. Mixes so you don't even need to get a BKB sometimes. Still think that's good, but no, we'll see. For now, he wants to get Slithering Crush up in the high ground ideally. Or closer to the high ground. The Ember is breaking the lanes, going for the range XE first. Okay, Mickey, that was... yeah, sure. Yeah, just go further. They have a shapeshift ready. Lycan, a bit further. Qualifiers just continuing to farm. What is he looking for? For now, the Ags. I don't know if they're just putting pressure. They didn't seem interested in fighting this yet. As Qualifier wasn't even joining them. There's no way you can farm the Ags before next team fight, though. But if you do, just a win, just a single team fight win would be massive for this team. Because then a lot, like 2 or 3 lanes come and pushed and they're uncontested completely. It's ballsy, I will say, to farm an Ags against a Coddle and an Alchemist. If this works, it means Ags is pretty good. It's gone from meme to dream. Alright. What is the plan here? Are they really gonna... yes, they are! Hello, Tiny Airlines! It is faster than Vueling. They will stop the Slardar. They bash him down, but they manage to save him regardless. Really hard to bring him down as long as he's within his puddle. This water helps him heal up so much. He just keeps it right outside the base. Okay, Ember could be in trouble. There they go. He has the Aegis still. They have to fight this now. Will-O-Wisp commits that Terrorize here. Will-O-Wisp as well. They force the cheese in the Aegis already. No more advantages, but Muff dies in the process. Supreme out of BKB. Out of Chemical Rage as well. They're chasing right after him, but he just goes back enough. They're only interested in one thing, and it's the Rex. That's all they really need here. Take the Rex down. They go for the Ogre. At least a quick kill on the Ogre. They manage to get it in time. That's a support data. Supreme TP's in. Right into the stun. That's not what he was looking for. He has to use the Abyssal Blade, but they bash him right in. Look at the bashes. Don't run away from this fish. His sushi is turning into food. And that is going to be a dead Alchemist as they go for Curry as well. That is the GG. No buyback on Supreme. Guarantees the Supreme defeat of Hippomaniacs and the 1-1 in favor of nobody. Liquid. They managed to get the pride they lost in the first game back. They might have... Hippomaniacs might have come back in the first game, but Liquid acknowledges they are the better team and they managed to get a really, really nice... almost stomp here in the second game, taking advantage of the power of the Slardar. With this, we say goodbye to these two teams, Hippomaniacs and Liquid. It's been a pleasure having you on stream, but we are moving forward to the next game of the day. It's gonna be Wind and Rain War versus Team Singularity. we're going to finally get to see Saberlight, the old offlaner in Hippomaniacs, who's now playing for Singularity. Exciting. Let's see what these teams show us. My name is D Swordfish, up in your caster for today. Hope you enjoyed the cast. And we'll be seeing you shortly with the next game of the day. Until then, guys.